Hello, this is Inspired Reflections by Shawnee. Thank you for joining me. This is my part 2 of my live action Cinderella dresses petticoat. So I will be starting on the flounces. These are cut in a circle shape for more movement on the bottom where the fishing line will go. First, I drafted a pattern for the circles. I chose to have them 8 inches high. Then I laid them out on the fabric and started cutting them all out. Next, I pinned the short sides together and then serged them. I also did a straight stitch next to them to ensure they would stay together. Then once I got it to the length that I wanted, I serged the top edge of the flounce. Next, I ruffled the top of the flounce. This way I knew how long it was going to be and could make it shorter or longer to fit around my skirt before sewing the ends together. After sewing the ends together, it made one large circle. Now I'm going to start to put the fishing line in the bottom. I used a medium number 4 rolled hem foot with a zigzag stitch. The width of my stitch was like 5.5, so it would be sure to cover the fishing line. You have to sandwich the fishing line inside the fabric and make it do what you want it to do. It took me 2 hours for each flounce to just sew the fishing line in the bottom. Now I'm going to attach that flounce to the first white skirt and then sew it on. Now on to the godets. I made a triangle pattern that was the height and width I wanted it and cut them out. The measurement went all the way around my skirt. Looking back, I should have made it a little wider than the skirt so that it would have more movement. Next, I'm going to serge the raw edges of the godets. I made the top rounded so that I would be able to just serge it all the way around in one go instead of having to do 2 if there was a point. Then I put fray check on the ends to keep it from unraveling. Next, I will pin and then sew them together. I sewed them 4 inches up from the bottom. Now I will attach my second flounce to my first small godets. Next, I pinned the godet layers onto the first white skirt, that way I could see how the hem would lay before sewing it on. And then I took it to my sewing machine and I sewed around all of those curved edges. Next, I will move on to the second medium godets. I made these ones taller and wider and had less of them so they went around the skirt. I did make these ones wider so that there was more flow on the bottom instead of tight to the skirt. Again, I will serge the raw edges and then sew them together. This time I sewed 6 inches up from the bottom. Time to make more flounces! Yay! This time I sewed 2 flounces on the medium godets, then sewed those godets higher up on the white skirt. This is when I started to see all the hard work paying off. It's really starting to look like the Cinderella dress, and I'm so excited to continue on with this project. Next, I will make a second full skirt in blue. This darker color will help hide the cage, ruffles, and the godets underneath. So then I sewed 2 more flounces onto the second blue skirt. So this is the end of my petticoat. I know most people are adding double what I made to theirs, but I know realistically I will only be wearing this a handful of times. I just feel like I could be spending that time making other dresses that I could dance in more and do other events in, so I'm just going to keep it at this, and I'm really happy with it. I think it still looks big and fluffy and so cool, and I can't wait to start on the next part, which will be all of the skirt layers. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me for my next video. Stay inspired. Bye!